Welcome back for part 5 of the Fairytales crochet along. This week we're going to join Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Round 60 using color I. We are going to start in any chain 2 corner space of round 55. So my gray round here, 855 is the corner behind where we worked that treble around the popcorn. So in round 55 corner space, we are going to start with 2 treble crochet. So that's 1 and 2 treble crochet in that corner space of round 55. And then into that corner treble or that front post treble that we made, we want to make another treble crochet, chain 2, and 1 more treble in that same stitch. And then back in round 55, we're going to put 2 more treble in that corner space. Working down the side, we will skip over this chain 3 space, and then working into those first stitches, we're going to make 7 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. But before we do this 7th single crochet, we want to fix this tip of the wing. So in that chain 3 picot, on the back bump of the chain, we're going to insert our hook. So we want it to be in the middle chain of the chain 3 of the picot. Insert your hook first in the back of that chain, and then into the stitch to complete the single crochet. Then we're going to make 2 single crochet in this chain 2 space, but on the first one we want to find the back bump of that middle chain in the 2nd S picot. We're going to go down through the back, and then into the chain to make our single crochet and another one in that chain 2 space. So we did these 7 crochet past the corner. On the 7th one, we go through the back of the middle chain of that S picot, 2 single crochet in this space, going through the back of the next S picot. Then we'll single crochet in the next 8 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 2 single crochet in this next chain space, and on the second one we want to pick up the back loop or the back bump on the first S picot, and then into the space to work our single crochet. And then we will single crochet in the next 4 stitches, but on this first one again we want to pick up that back bump of the chain and then into the stitch. For our first single crochet, 2, 3. On this fourth single crochet, we want to pick up the back bump on that next S-picot of the next wing before we insert into the stitch and complete our fourth single crochet. And then we're ready to start again with the 2 single crochet in this chain space, picking up the back bump on the first single crochet of this wing, and so on. So you can repeat that down the side, and I'll meet you just before the corner. So I'm just finishing up the 6th repeat here. I've done my single crochet in the 8 stitches and working in the chain 2 space. I've done my first, and on the second one I picked up that S-picot, and then we're going to work the single crochet in the next 4. On the first one we will pick up that back loop again, and that back bump, there it is, before going into the stitch for our first single crochet, 2 and 3, and then this time on this 4th single crochet we won't pick up a back bump, and then single crochet in these next 3 stitches before the corner to end that side. And then we will work that corner as we started, so the 2 treble back in the round 55 chain 2 space, 1 treble, 2 treble, followed by the treble in the top of that front post treble, chain 2, and 1 more treble in that same stitch, and then 2 treble back in the round 55 chain space. Then ready to start our side with a single crochet in those 7 stitches, picking up the S-picot on the 7th stitch and working our repeats down the side. So you can go ahead and work your way around, and I will meet you back here at the end of this round. When you get to the end of the last side, you'll just join with the slip stitch to the starting treble crochet and fasten off. Each side should have a total of 106 single crochet and 6 trebles for a total of 112 stitches per side, plus the chain 2 that's in the corner. Round 61, using color C, we'll start in any of the chain 2 corner spaces. We'll start with 2 half double crochet in that corner space, 1 and 2 half double crochet, chain 2, and make 2 more half double crochet in that same corner space. We'll skip the first stitch, which is hidden by our corner stitches anyway, and then work a half double crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to make a back loop only half double crochet in this next stitch, which should be the last one before where we attached to the wing. So back loop only, we yarn over and then just insert our hook through the back loop of the stitch, leaving the front loop free. And I'm just going to mark this one for future reference on a further round. And then we will half double crochet in each of the next 15 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 14 and 15 half double crochet, back loop only half double crochet in the next stitch. And again, it will always be the stitch before the one that's attaching the wing. So we'll repeat that with the back loop only half double crochet and the 15 half doubles. So we've done one full repeat. We've started the second one here, so you want a total of 6 of them, and I'll meet you before the next corner. When you've done the 6 repeats, you'll be close to this corner. We will half double crochet in the next stitch, the back loop only half double crochet, and then half double crochet in each of the last 7 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 half double crochet, and then ready to start our corner again of the 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet in that corner stitch. Okay, so just ready to work down the next side, remembering to skip that first stitch and working in the next 7 stitches. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then ready to start our repeat of back loop only half double crochet followed by half double crochet in 15 stitches. So you can continue to work that all the way around, and I will meet you back here at the end of this round. When you've worked all 4 sides, you should have a total of 108 half double crochet each side, plus those 7 back loop only half double crochet for a total of 115 stitches, plus the corner chain 2. So you can go ahead and slip stitch to our starting stitch and fasten off for round 61. Round 62, starting in any chain 2 corner space, we will work 2 half double crochet, 1 and 2, chain 2, and 2 more half double crochet. We'll skip the first stitch, which is hidden by our corner stitches anyway, and work a half double crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 half double crochet. We'll place a back loop only half double crochet in the next stitch, which is 1 stitch before the one worked into the back loop only of the previous round. So 1 back loop only half double crochet. If you wish, you can mark that front loop. Half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3. Back loop only in the next stitch. And then half double crochet in the next 11 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then ready to start again with that back loop only half double crochet, half double crochet in 3, back loop only half double crochet. Again, if you wish, marking the front loops. If you can find them easily, you do not need to mark them, but some people may find that helpful. And then half double crochet in each of the next 11. So we will repeat that down the side, and I will meet you at the corner. So as we're finishing up this side, this is our 6th repeat. I've worked my back loop only, the 3 half doubles, and the back loop only half. And instead of 11 half double crochet, we will omit the last 5 and just work the 6 half double crochet here. So it's 4, 5, and 6 half double crochet instead of 11 when we get to the corner. And then we'll start again with the 2 half double crochet in that corner space, chain 2, 2 half double crochet, skip the hidden stitch and work 7 half double crochet, and then we'll start the repeat again with the back loop only half. So you can continue to work that around all of the sides, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. So when you've worked all 4 sides, you can just join to our starting half double crochet at the end of the 4th side, but we don't want to fasten off. We're going to continue with this color. Total each side is 104 half double crochet with the 14 back loop only half double crochet for a total of 118 stitches plus the chain 2 in the corner. Round 63, continuing with color A, we will chain 2 right where we left off and place a half double crochet in that last half double crochet before the corner. And then in that corner chain 2 space, we'll work the 2 half double crochet, chain 2, and 2 half double crochet. And again, we'll skip this first stitch, the hidden stitch, and half double crochet in 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 half double crochet. Back loop only in the next stitch, which will be just before where we worked the back loop only stitch last round. And again, if you wish, mark that front loop for further reference. Then we'll half double crochet in each of the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then back loop only in the next stitch. And then we'll half double crochet in each of the next 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And ready to repeat that with the back loop only half double crochet, 6 back loop only, and 8 half double crochet. So we repeat that we do that a total of 7 times. On the 7th repeat, the last repeat on each side, you omit the last 2 half double crochet. So there's only going to be 6 half double crochet before the corner. So you can go ahead and work that down the side. So just a reminder that the side ends with the 6 half double crochet instead of 8 after our last repeated part. And then we start the corner again with the 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet, skip that first stitch, half double crochet in 7, and then start the repeat with those back loop only, half double, 6 back loop only, and 8 half double crochet. So you can work your way all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. So as we get to the end of round 63, we will only need to work the 4 half double crochet after our last back loop only stitch, as we started the round with these 2 half double crochet. So you just work 4 plus those 2 gives us our 6, and then join to the top of that chain 2 to finish off this round. So each side has 107 half double crochet, 14 back loop only, for a total of 121 stitches per side. Round 64. To begin, we need to place a few more stitch markers to help with our placement of stitches for this round. So we're going to skip the first 12 stitches from round 63. So it's 2 in the corner, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then we'll put our stitch marker in the 13th stitch from the corner. We're going to skip the next 15 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then in that 16th stitch, we'll place another stitch marker. Okay, we'll do that 6 more times down the side where we skip the 15 stitches and mark the next one. So you can go ahead and prepare your first side with those markers. When we've placed markers down this side, there should be 12 stitches left past our last marker. So using color G, we're going to be working in the first half double crochet just past that corner chain 2 space. So this first half double crochet, and we are going to back loop only single crochet in each of the first 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Chain 2. We want to skip 2 stitches, and we're going to make a front loop only in the next stitch, which is our marked stitch that we placed at the beginning of this round. So front loop only, single crochet. So we're going to start making the beards for our 7 dwarfs on the side. So we're going to be using these front loops that we worked into the last few, or we worked the back loop only stitches in the last few rounds. So I have some of mine marked here to help us for the first one. So we're going to be working partial. Most of them are trebles. One is a double treble. So we'll be leaving the last 2 loops on our hook of each of these stitches. So we're going to yarn over twice for our first front loop only treble, and we're going to work backwards into that first skip stitch of this round. We pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops twice, leaving 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over twice again, working down in this first marked front loop from round 62, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, 3 loops on our hook. And one more time, yarn over twice, working down on the next front loop from round 61, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, so 4 loops on our hook. Now we're going to make the double treble, so we yarn over 3 times and then down onto round 60 in that front loop. We'll pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, so 5 loops, pull through 2 3 times, 5 loops on our hook, then 3 more trebles. So working in this next marked stitch from round 61, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, 6 loops on our hook, yarn over twice, and then into the front loop of round 62, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, 7 loops on our hook, and one last time, yarn over twice, and then we're going to skip 3 stitches past this marked stitch, 1 2 3, and in this next stitch here, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, and we should have 8 loops on our hook. 2 4 6 8 loops. We're going to yarn over, pull through all 8 of those loops, close it with the chain 1. The chain does not count as a stitch. So we have made a 3 front loop only treble, front loop double treble, 3 front loop only double, 3 front loop only treble, front loop only double treble, 3 front loop only treble, all together to form our first beard, and closing that with the chain 1, which does not count as a stitch. Okay, so then we are going to make a front loop only single crochet, but first we want to skip 1 stitch past the marked stitch, then make a front loop only single crochet in that next stitch. Chain 2, we'll skip 2 stitches. The second one we skip is the one we already worked a front loop only single crochet into, and then starting in that next stitch, we will make a back loop only single crochet, and in the next 8, so it will be 9 back loop only single crochet in a row here. So I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9, and chain 2. Then we're ready to start our repeat again, where we will skip 2 stitches, front loop only single crochet, which should be that next marked stitch, and then ready to work our 3 treble crochets. So the first one, remember, we work backwards into that first of the skip stitches of this round, yarn over, pull through 2, leaving the 2 loops on our hook, yarn over twice, Coming down to round 62, we'll make our next front loop only treble, pulling through 2 loops twice, 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over twice, down onto round 61, make another front loop treble, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, 4 loops on our hook, and now we'll yarn over 3 times to make the front loop double treble down into that front loop of round 60. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times, leaving 5 loops on our hook. Yarn over twice into round 61, front loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, 6 loops on our hook. Yarn over twice into round 62, that front loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice for 7 loops on our hook. Yarn over twice, skipping 3 stitches past our mark stitch, we will make a front loop only, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, and 8 loops should be on our hook. So 3 front loop only partial trebles, 1 partial double treble, and 3 more partial trebles, all in the front loops. 8 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 8, chain 1 to close. Then working behind, we skip 1 stitch past the mark stitch, and in that next stitch we make a front loop only single crochet, and then chain 2. Skipping 2 stitches, the second one we've already worked that front loop only treble. Working in the back loop only, we will make back loop only single crochet 9 times. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and chain 2. So we have worked 2 of these beards with the back loop only single crochet past them. We want to have a total of 7 for the 7 dwarfs. So you can continue to work down the side, and I'll meet you just after our 7th beard as we work towards the corner. So finishing up this first side after the 7th beard, we make that front loop single crochet, skip those 2 stitches after our chain 2, and then we work the 9 back loop only single crochet. I have 7. The 8th one goes in this last stitch, and then the 9th one goes in that first chain of the chain 2 corner space. So that's our 9th single crochet in that first chain of the corner, and then we end that repeat with the chain 2, which will become our new chain 2 corner space. See, we will skip the second chain of that chain 2 corner space, and starting in that next half double crochet, we will start the side again with those 10 back loop only single crochet. So if you haven't marked every side with those marked stitches, you're going to want to make sure that you go ahead and put those markers in for this next side. So remember, that was on, you missed the first 12 stitches, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, and mark that next stitch, and then you skip 15, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15, and mark the next stitch, and so on down the side. So once that is prepared, then you can finish the next several sides as well, always starting with those 10 back loop only single crochet and then working the 7 beards. So have fun with this, the first part of our 7 dwarfs, and I will meet you back here at the end of this round. So when you've worked down your final side, you'll make those 8 back loop only single crochet, ending with the 9th one in the first chain of the corner, chain 2, and fasten to our starting single crochet to end this round. Each side should have those 7 beards plus 14 chain 2 spaces, 14 front loop only single crochet, and 73 back loop only single crochet for a total of 122 stitches plus the chain 2 in the corner. Round 65 using color D. We'll start with a single crochet in the chain 2 corner space and chain 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. (11, 12, and 13). We want to keep our chains loose for this round so they don't pull. So we're only going to be working in round 63 stitches. Okay, so we're going to be working a back loop only treble 3 together. We're going to be working into the back loop here of the stitch that we worked into the front loop. That first treble of the beard that we worked the front loop will work into the back stitch. Then we have another skip stitch that we will work our second treble into, and then the back loop of where this single crochet is. So the back loop only, and we pull through 2 twice, leaving 2 loops on our hook. And then in the next stitch, which was a skip stitch, we will work a back loop only treble, and as well in the back loop of the stitch where we have that single crochet, we will place the third partial treble, so we should have 4 loops on our hook. Then we'll yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. Then we will work a treble in the next stitch, which again is a skip stitch, so we can work under both the loops in that stitch. So we're going to make another treble 3 together in the back loops. The first stitch will be in the back loop of where we made that single, and then in that skip stitch in between, and then in this back loop that we have that last front loop treble of the beard in. So first of all, in the back loop of the stitch with that single crochet, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, leaving 2 loops on the hook. Then in the back loop of the skipped stitch, pull through 2 twice with 3 loops on the hook, and then the back loop of the stitch that has that last front loop treble from the beard worked into it. We should have 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, and pull through all 4. Okay, so just working in those back loops behind the beard. Chain 13 loosely, (11, 12, and 13 chains, and then skipping all these stitches that were worked in the back loop. We'll work behind this next beard, starting with that treble 3 together in the stitch that we made the first back loop treble of the beard, and so on. So we'll repeat that down the side for a total of 7 times on each of the beards that we made, and then I'll meet you just before the next corner. So after you've finished your last set and chain 13, then we'll just start again with that single crochet in that corner, chain 2 space, chain 13, and ready to begin working the sets of 3 treble together with a treble in between the next set of 3 together trebles. So you can go ahead and work your way all around all 4 sides, and I'll meet you back here at the end. So when you've finished your last side, you will, after the last chain 13, you will just join to our starting single crochet to end this round. So you'll have 8 of these chain 13 spaces, 14 of the back loop only treble 3 together, 7 trebles for a total of 125 stitches for this round. Round 66. Or we're going to be working or making the hats on our 7 dwarfs on each side. So using color H is recommended. We are going to start on round 64, which is my white round here, and we'll start in the first single crochet just past the corner. We'll start with a single crochet, and we're working over top of this chain as well and closing that chain, in the single crochet to start round 66. We'll chain 4, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet in the next stitch and closing that chain again. Chain 4, and we're going to single crochet in this chain 2 space right before the beard, and this time we do not enclose the chain 13. Then we're going to work back onto round 65 in this first part, or the first leg of the treble 3 together. We're going to work a half double crochet around there and 2 more, so a total of 3 half double crochet around that first leg of the back loop treble 3 together. Then in the top of that 3 together stitch, we will place a half double crochet and a double crochet. Then we're going to work into the treble crochet in the middle of that set, and we'll make 2 trebles. So that's 1 treble, 2 treble, chain 3, and then we're going to single crochet in the side loops of the treble post, single crochet there, and then treble back in that same treble from round 65. And then the top of the next 3 together, we will make a double crochet and a half double crochet, and then around the last leg of this set we will place 3 half double crochet, 1, 2, and 3 half double crochet, and then back down on round 64 in this next chain space, not enclosing that chain, we'll place a single crochet. And that's our first hat on the first dwarf. Okay, we're just going to repeat that down the side. So remember, we start with the chain 4, skip 4 stitches, single crochet in the next, enclosing that chain, chain 4, skip these next 4 stitches, single crochet in that chain 2 space but not over that chain, and then working back onto round 65, those 3 half double crochet around that first leg or that first post of the 3 together, a half and a double crochet in the top of the 3 together stitch, then working into the treble, we'll make 2 trebles, 1 and 2, chain 3, single crochet around the 2 side loops of the treble we just made, and 1 more treble in that same treble of round 65. Double crochet and half double crochet in the top of the 3 together stitch, 3 half double crochet around the last post of that 3 together. So that's 2 half doubles and 3 half double crochet, and then back down onto round 64 in that chain space just after the beard, we'll place a single crochet. So that's 2 hats we have finished. You can work down the side and I'll meet you at the end of this first side. So when we've worked down the side, creating our 7 hats for our dwarfs, we have made our final single crochet in that last chain 2 space. We're going to chain 4 again, skip 4 stitches, single crochet in the next, and closing that chain 13 from round 65, chain 4, this time we'll skip 3 stitches, single crochet in that last stitch before the corner, including the chain 3, or the chain 13 I mean, from 65, and then chain 3, and then single crochet in that first stitch on the next side and closing that chain 13, chain 4, and ready to begin working down the side where we skip the 4, single crochet over the chain, chain 4, and then working into that chain 2 space, single crochet, and back up to work the next hat. So you can continue to work down all 4 sides, and I will meet you just at the end of this round. When you've worked around all 4 sides of round 66, you will join after your final chain 3 to our starting single crochet to fasten off. So you will have made these 7 hats for each of the dwarves on each side. There'll be a total of 31 single crochet, 56 half double crochet, 14 double crochet, 21 trebles, 7 chain 3 spaces, 16 chain 4 spaces. So that makes a total of 207 stitches each side with the chain 3 in the corners. Round 67, we'll be using color A, and we'll be working in round 63, 65, and 66. So 63 is my yellow round. 65 is the color you used for the face on the dwarfs, and 66 is our last round. So we're going to start in the corner of round 63. So I'm just going to fold my other rounds to the back, and in this corner chain 2 space of round 63, we're going to start with a treble crochet. And make another treble crochet, chain 2 and 2 more trebles in that same chain 2 corner space of round 63. Continuing to work in the stitches of round 63, we're going to make front loop only treble crochet, but we're skipping this first stitch. But starting in the next stitch, we had worked back loops previously, but working into those front loops now, we will make treble crochet in each of these 9 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 9 front loop only treble crochet in those front loops of round 63. So in round 65, that's that chain 13 there, we're going to single crochet in that chain 13 and chain 2. And then in the base of round 63, so that's the round, or 66, sorry, the round we just completed on those hats, we want to find that middle treble crochet, and in the base of that, we're going to single crochet in one of the loops. So we're going to fold it forward. So in the back, I can find my center treble crochet, and in one of those loops at the base, we'll place a single crochet. Chain 2, and then single crochet in this next chain 13 space. So we worked those 9 trebles, single crochet in the chain 13 space, chain 2, single crochet in the base at the back of that middle treble of round 66, chain 2, single crochet in the next chain 13. And then working down on round 63 again, we are going to come down to these front loop stitches and working in the next 9. So we have placed a stitch from the beard in this one, so starting in this next free loop, we'll make those 9 front loop only treble again. That's 2, 3, 8, and 9 front loop only treble crochet. Single crochet in that chain 13 loop from round 65, chain 2, folding 66 over, find that middle treble crochet, and in one of the back loops at the base, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the next chain 13 space, and ready to work those 9 front loop only trebles again. So we have done that twice. We're going to do that a total of 7 times down this side, and I'll meet you after the 7th repeat. So when you've worked down this side and have done the 7 repeats, we are going to make 9 more front loop only treble crochet to work those last few stitches before the corner. So that's 2, 3, 8, and 9 front loop only trebles just before the corner, and then ready to work in that corner chain 2 space. We're going to make 2 treble crochet, chain 2, 2 more treble, and then ready to work the 9 treble in those front loops down the next side, remembering to skip the first one at the beginning of the side. So you can go ahead and work that all the way around the blanket, and I will meet you back at the end of this round. Finishing up my final side for round 67, I'm just going to place my last front loop treble in this last stitch. It's slightly hidden by the corner that we started with. So that's my last of the group of 9 front loop treble, and then just join to our starting treble to finish off round 67. So row 67 will have a total of 4 trebles, 72 front loop trebles, 21 single crochet, and 14 chain 2 spaces, for a total of 125 stitches per side, with that chain 2 space in the corners. Round 68, using color I, we're going to start in any of these chain 2 corner spaces, starting with 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. Chain 2, and we're going to skip the first 2 stitches. The first one may be slightly hidden, but skip the first 2 stitches, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. We'll skip the next stitch, and we're going to make double crochet chain 1 3 times in this next stitch. So double crochet chain 1, that's once, twice, and 3 double crochet, chain 1, and 1 more double crochet in that same stitch. So you'll have made 4 double crochet in this one stitch with chain 1 in between them. We'll skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next. Chain 2, we're going to skip this next single crochet and single crochet in that chain 2 space behind the hat. Chain 1, skip the single, single crochet in that next chain 2 space. Chain 2. Skip the single crochet, and then we're ready to repeat that again with single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next. Skip a stitch, and then we'll work the 4 double crochet separated by a chain 1. So double crochet chain 1 once, twice, 3 of those double crochet chain 1, and 1 more double in that same space. Skip a stitch, single crochet in the next, chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next. Chain 2, skip the single, single crochet in the chain 2 space, chain 1, skip the single, single crochet in the chain 2 space, chain 2, skip the single, and ready to start that repeat again. So we've done 2 repeats. We want to do that a total of 7 times down this side, and then I'll meet you before the next corner. So on our 7th repeat, after our last chain 2, we'll single crochet in that next stitch after we skip the single. So we single crochet, chain 2, skip a single crochet in that next stitch, chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet, skip a stitch, and then work that group or that shell of double crochet, chain 1, once, twice, and 3 times, ending with the double crochet in that same stitch, skip a stitch, single crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to chain 2 and skip these last 2 stitches before the corner, and then ready to work our corner of 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. And ready to start our side again. Remember, we start with the chain 2, skip those first 2, and in the next stitch we start with our single crochet, and so on. So you can go ahead and work that around all 4 sides, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. So when you've finished up your last side, you'll join after that last chain 2 to the top of our starting double crochet to end this round. There should be a total of 46 single crochet, 4 double crochet, 8 of these shells with those double crochet chain 1 spaces, and 23 chain 1 spaces, 16 chain 2 spaces. Gives a total of 121 stitches per side. Round 69, using color C, we are going to start in any of the chain 2 corner spaces. And we'll start with the treble crochet. Chain 1 and another treble in that chain 2 corner space. Then we will work a chain 6, 5, 6 chain, treble back in that chain 2 corner space, chain 1 and another treble in that same space, and chain 1. So down, we're going to go work in round 67 now. We're going to skip this first treble and single crochet in the next, but we're going to work behind our previous round, round 68. So working behind 68 into the second treble of 67, we will place a single crochet. Chain 1, and we're going to single crochet in the next skipped front loop only treble. So over here, working from behind again, single crochet, chain 1. Then back on round 68, we'll skip the next single crochet, double crochet, chain 1 space, and the double crochet. So we're going to work into this middle chain 1 space of the shell. We will work a treble crochet, chain 1, treble in that same chain 1 space, chain 6, and work a treble chain 1 2 times. So that's my first treble in a chain 1, and my second treble, chain 1. So you have these 2 sets of treble crochet with a chain 1 in between and a chain 6 in between the 2 sets. Then working back down on round 67 again, we're going to skip this first skipped front loop treble and single crochet in that next one from behind round 68. Oops. Chain 1, single crochet in that skipped single crochet, chain 2, and then we're going to single crochet in this middle one right behind the dwarf, again from behind, chain 2, and single crochet in that next single crochet. So that's our first repeat. We'll work that one more time together before you work down the side. So we'll chain 1, and we're going to single crochet in that skipped treble, working from behind. Chain 1, and then working into that middle chain 1 space of the shell, we'll work a treble, chain 1, treble, chain 6, treble, chain 1, treble, and a chain 1. Okay, we're going to skip this treble, and in that next skipped treble we'll place a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in the single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in that next single, chain 2, and single crochet in that next single, chain 1. So that's 2 repeats. You will want to do that a total of 7 times down the side, and I will meet you after the 7 repeats. When you have finished the first side and that 7th repeat, we'll have that single crochet in that last single. So we'll chain 1, and in that first skipped treble we will place a single crochet. Chain 1, and working in that middle chain 1 space, we'll work those sets of treble, chain 1, another treble, then the chain 6, and treble, chain 1 2 more times. So treble, chain 1, and a second treble, chain 1, skipping that first treble and into the next skipped treble from behind, placing that single crochet, chain 1, we'll skip, we will single crochet in that first of the 2 skipped treble at the end, chain 1, and skip that last treble, and ready to begin our corner again, which is that treble, chain 1 twice, or 2 trebles with a chain 1 in between, chain 6, and now the treble, chain 1 twice, once and twice, and ready to begin the second side. So you can go ahead and work that all the way around the 4 sides, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. So once you've worked around all 4 sides, after that last chain 1, you can join with a slip stitch to our starting treble crochet. Each side will then have a total of 36 trebles, 38 single crochet, 52 chain 1 spaces, 14 chain 2 spaces, for a total of 154 stitches with that chain 6 in each of the corners. Round 70, using color J, we will start in any of the chain 6 corner spaces, beginning with 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Chain 2, and 3 more single crochet in that corner space. So we're going to be working into the chain spaces now, working in front of round 69. We're going to make 3 treble in this chain 2 space. But with the first treble only, we're going to include the chain 1 space behind from round 69. So the first treble enclosed the chain 1 as well. And now working just in that chain 2 space, we will work 2 more trebles. And then 3 treble in this next chain 2 space. So 1, 2, but on this third treble, we're going to enclose that chain 1 space behind in round 69. So working behind 69, so I'm just going to push it to the front. We're going to work into this chain 1 space in between the first and second double crochet of the shell, but working behind round 69. Make a treble there, and a treble 2 together, the first part in the same chain 1 space. So yarn over, pull through 2 twice, and then the second one will go into that third chain 1 space. Pull through 2 twice, so you'll have 3 loops on your hook, and then pull through all 3 to finish that treble 2 together. And then treble crochet in that same chain space. So now working in front again, we are going to make those 3 treble in this chain space. With that first treble, we will include the chain 1 space that's behind in round 69. And then the next 2 treble go in that same space, but not enclosing the chain 1 from round 69. So just into the round 68 space. So 3 treble. First one is in the chain 1 of round 69 as well. 3 treble in the next space. 1, 2, 3 treble in that space. We're going to make 1 treble in the chain 1 space that is behind the hat, so this chain 1 here. But we also want to work into the single crochet from round 69. 3 treble in this next chain space, and then 3 treble in the next chain space, 1, 2, and on this third treble we want to include the chain 1 from round 69 as well. Okay, so 3 treble including a chain 1 from round 69, 3 treble round 68, 1 treble in the chain 1 space and in the single crochet from round 69, 3 treble, 3 more treble with the last one including the chain 1 from 69. Okay, and then working behind again, we're going to make that treble in that chain 1, that first chain 1 space, the treble 2 together in that same space, and in that third chain 1 space, and then treble in that same space. Okay, and then we're ready to work these sets of trebles in between again. Okay, so I've got you started on the second repeat. We will do that a total of 7 times, then I'll meet you before the corner. So I'm just finishing up my first side here, and I just want to be clear when we're making that last treble in the set of 3, the chain 1 that we enclose is this one just before these trebles and that chain 6 set. So that's the chain 1 that we want to include with that last treble in the group of 3. Then we'll work our treble in that chain 1 space, treble 2 together, and a treble in that same space, and then we'll treble in this next chain space, and with that chain 1 behind, that's just past these trebles. So the first one includes that chain, and then we do 2 more treble, and then we'll make 3 treble in this last chain 2 space, and again with that third treble we want to include this chain 1 space that's just before the set of trebles in the corner. And then ready to work our corner of 3 single crochet, chain 2, 3 single crochet, and down the other sides. So go ahead and work around the remaining sides, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. So when you've finished up round 70, there will be 6 single crochet, 119 treble, and 8 treble 2 together for 133 stitches each side with the chain 2 in the corner. So at the end of our last side, after our final sets of 3 treble, we just join to our first single crochet to finish off this round. Round 71, our final round for part 5. We're going to use color K, and starting in any chain 2 corner space, we will work 2 half double crochet, 1, 2, chain 2, and 2 more half double crochet, all in that same chain 2 corner space. We're going to make an HDC, a half double crochet, in each of the next 8 stitches, including that very first stitch, which might be slightly hidden. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we want to pull the next several stitches through this chain 6 space to the front. So that's the treble here, the treble, 2 together, the next treble, and that next treble. So we'll pull those all through that chain 6 space. And we'll place a half double crochet in each of those. So if you find it a little bit tricky to pull them through, you can just insert your hook under that chain 6 and pull that stitch to the front as you work the half double crochet. 1, 2, and we're making sure that we do not enclose that chain 6 stitch. 3, 4, and that 5th one, 5. And now we can see how we have the bow from Snow White's hair. Half double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to half double crochet in the next stitch, but we also want to include the back bump of the first treble of the dwarf's hat. So we have these 3 treble in the middle of the dwarf's hat, so on the back bump, so just below those first 2, or the top 2 loops on the treble, the back bump. So you insert the hook first there. Oops. So we yarn over, insert the hook first into that back bump, and then into our next stitch, and finish our half double crochet. And then we'll half double crochet in the next stitch, which is that center treble that's by itself. And then half double crochet in the next stitch, but we want to grab the back bump of this 3rd treble on the hat. So yarn over, go through the back bump of the 3rd treble, and then into the next stitch, pull the yarn up, and finish the half double crochet. And then half double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and that should bring us to that last treble just before the chain 6. So we'll work that the same way, where we pull those stitches in front of the chain 6 to half double crochet in each of those 5, half double in 4, half double crochet in the next, taking a back bump of the first treble of the dwarf's hat, half double in the next stitch, and then half double in the next with the 3rd treble of the dwarf's hat, half double crochet in 4. So I'll let you work that way down the side. I'll meet you just before the corner and check in with you then, and then we'll finish up part 5. So after you've done the 7th repeat, you'll pull those 5 stitches to the front of this last chain 6 and work those 5 half double crochet. And then working in the next stitches, we'll make 5 half double crochet in those trebles, and then 1 half double crochet in each of these singles, 2 and 3. So that'll be 8 half double crochet after that last chain 6 space, which should bring us to the corner chain 2 space, where we can start over like we did right at the beginning with those 2 half double crochet, chain 2, and 2 more half double crochet in that corner chain 2 space. Then ready to start our next side, we will half double crochet in each of those next 8 stitches, and then begin working the half double crochet in front of the chain 6 spaces, and so on down each side. So you can go ahead and work around, and I'll meet you here at the end. When you finished round 71, each side should have a total of 137 half double crochet, and you will join the last one to our starting half double crochet in that first corner. And that ends part 5 and Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. See you next time.